Haven't posted videos for the public for a few days. We're wrapping up some serious programming work, and I covered something in our trade room that we have during the week for the iGRID group, for those of you on these various platforms. So anyhow, just wanted to show something that I'm going to be adding to the Quantower platform. I think Quantower will be the best platform to add what I'm going to be doing. This is what I call the iGRID linear regression channel. It's actually very, very different and very unique in any other type of linear regression channels. It's something that I've always wanted to put on a platform to run a certain type of automation. Now that I've been working with the Quantower platform for about, I don't know, I think I'm in day 4 or something, or 3 or 4 of trading. Let me take a quick look. So anyhow, I've been working here with the Quantower platform, trading fast track trading account here on this particular platform, the newer prop shop, where you basically start right away with the eval account. I'm trading a 300K account. The first 10 days, if you can get to a total profit of 15,000 or above, and you stay within the 20% consistency rule over your first 10 days of trading, you can withdraw 4K from that 10-day period on that particular account. And then every 10 days after that, you can continue to withdraw 4K. It appears that on your 5th payout is another 4K, and then 6th payout going forward. At that point, then you should be on unrestricted payouts. So anyhow, the beginning is 100% payout, and then when they transition you to what they call a live account, you should be at that point 90-10 split. So I like the program a lot. I like that there's not a lot of rules other than 20% consistency, and then the rules I mentioned for payout. But this platform is definitely, in my opinion, going to be much better for what I would call more dynamic or high frequency trading, taking aspects of iGRID based automated systems, and then going and attacking these markets in a automated sense. So I'm going to kind of show you what I have in mind that I'm going to be building. Now we're taking the current iGRID tools, we're putting them on the Quantower platform already. That's already in motion. We're going to add Quantower because we see a lot of capabilities in Quantower that we don't necessarily have in T8. Anyhow, let's do the regression item real quick. So typically a linear regression channel would look at your bar types and look X amount of bars back, have a linear regression function. This one is a little different. As you can see right here, the lines, the item that's looking at price, a set of bands is unique, and then it translates that information to the indicator, and we do have the ability to adjust not only the width but the period. So it's kind of like taking unique price bands and having the unique price bands power the plot to the indicator. So, I can adjust the plot. Let's hit apply. And, it has a lot of functionality. Now, the way I've used these in the past, I guess you could say the regular ones, not this style of indicator, not built the way I wanted it built, and having some uniqueness to it in that the bands that power the linear regression channel are adaptive price bands. That's a big difference. So I have the linear regression channel attached in a way to the adaptive price bands. So what I'm wanting to do with these bands is, and this linear regression channel, and let's just give an example. So when I get in periods where there's a certain amount of downward slope that's qualified, so let's say during this run of price, The bands were pointing up, then there's a period of time the bands were horizontal, then the bands start pointing down. At a certain amount of benchmark downslope or angle of downward tilt, then I'm basically a seller of activity in the upper range of the bands. So as I'm getting lift and rollover, I'm selling. Lift, rollover, I'm selling, and working trade activity in a very dynamic, automated sense. So that's what I'm going to be doing with the bands, and I already know how to do this. I built a tool like this to trade automated like this way back in the day on the Russell. It worked very good. In recent couple of months, I upgraded the bands, and I finally found them. I upgraded the bands, attached to the linear regression channel, and I literally could not find it. I have so many NinjaTrader 8s running, I can't even keep track of stuff sometimes. I just found them finally the other day. They were on one of my charts, but I couldn't find them in the indicators, and I just found it. It was worded in a strange way, and anyhow, I've found it. So now I'm going to put this on the Quantower platform because I can go down on pretty low time frames. That's what I like about this. So let me go down to like a pretty low time frame. Let's go to like an 11:4. There we go. I can go down like an 11:4 and have very responsive, buy, 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 cover, 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 buy, 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 cover, cover, cover type trade activity as I'm working long action and uptrends that are qualified and short action and downtrends for very quick, I guess you could say, dynamic scalping. That's what it is. It's dynamic, quick scalping. So when there's a certain amount of pullback and a certain amount of lift, we get in a position, a little bit of lift forward brings stop to break even. We have then initial target for a portion of the trade and so on. So I'm basically just buying and covering in uptrends. When the uptrend has a certain amount of qualified upward slope angle, or when the market has a certain amount of qualified downward slope angle. So the linear regression channel works good to show me where value is as a buyer in an uptrend. Just like if I'm in a downtrend, the channel helps me find out where value is as a seller. In other words, if I'm going to be a seller, I'm being picky as to where my trade location is. Now, not necessarily that I'd be down in this low of a time frame, but I just wanted to show you, kind of with the market moving, what the mentality is. And I think Quantower, being of a newer software architecture, one major thing that I'm already noticing about Quantower does a lot better job of handling the order flow communication back and forth between the platform and the broker side server, whether it's a sim feed or a live feed. It's way better there. And if you're running automated and it's big, the reliability is big on your feed. So these issues at Apex and some of the others with the rhythmic feed, that's problematic when you're trading automated because you got to continually overwatch everything and make sure you have a standard operating procedure to shut stuff down, refire it back up after your feed reconnects. So the good thing on everything we do automated, we always have stops and targets. So even if we lose feed, we're still protected, but it's just a pain in the butt. Quantower, I'm much more comfortable for putting on an automated system that's much more dynamic, where it's accumulating, covering, kind of like an accordion. It fills up with positions, covers, fills up, covers, fills up, covers. And when the slope angle loses a certain amount of benchmark up or down, then any remaining positions just go flat. So the nice thing is this is pretty easy to optimize. I remember when I optimized it back in the day when I used to trade the TF instrument. That was my heavy hitter, and I could just sit there, turn it on, right out of the open, boom, 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 get some hits and be done. Well, the beauty of this is I can go in and go attack with higher position size evals or even a live account to get to my daily goal and then get done for the day. So, so anyhow, this is something I'm going to put on the Quantower platform. Now, the other thing I've been working on that I'm finally getting ready to deliver to the group, this is not exactly it. I'm just showing you the concept of what it is. We're going to be putting out the iGRID underscore scalper to the group. I went down the rabbit hole of what kind of bar type to use and all that. I spent way too much time on it, but I got a lot of data. But anyhow, I'll leave this up just for now. So basically, when we get qualified pullbacks in uptrends that have to have a certain amount of down bars, then we have to have a certain amount of lift. We have to have a certain condition between the trend bias portion of the indicator and HA1. If all conditions are met, the system will allow us to get into trades. There'll be a very tight stop. We'll have a benchmark level that when achieved, you can take a portion of your trade off and let the other run. And then I have real simple in-trade management set, so when you get a certain amount of candlestick pullback, it'll blip out the remainder of the trade. Or you can put it on a mode where it's, you know, once you're to break even plus, you can have a fixed target at that point. So, if you get into a trade and your stop gets to break even and the market starts running away from you, it's basically going to go to the point that it hits your fixed dollar amount stop. I'm sorry, we have that set in points. So, you can adjust it for ticks or points. And actually, no, the settings is in ticks, yeah, not points. So anyhow, you can be quick scalping, getting base hits, and then eventually when you get the doubles and triples, that works out nice. So anyhow, there's going to be a lot of flexibility in it, but I have a bar type being built that looks similar to this. It's called Grid Renko. That's basically all done. And then the indicator itself will have a new version of the iGRID called the iGRID Scalper, where we are going to have the ability to have all these candles and uptrends be all green, and then the pivot point entries will have a unique look to them, so that Renko is more prominent in appearance, and we call those pivot Renkos, and those will be outputs. So we'll have a lot of outputs in this for those that use Markers Plus, Bloodhound, Blackbird. The pivot Renkos will have an output. The bar type that we're using will have outputs for the actual close and the actual open per bar. So that can be utilized and so on. So lots of stuff coming on deck that I've been working on for some time. So I'm finally getting close after going down the rabbit hole of what bar type to use. I'm finally getting close to putting that out. So anyhow, just want to give an update on that components of that. The automated portion won't be out this week, but I am going to put out the indicator and the bar type to the group, to the iGRID group this week. So anyhow, let's take a look at one more thing and then we'll wrap this up. Just want to show, here's one of those good examples where we got into a qualified upward tilt. So buying, covering would have been accomplished in the uptrend. So it's basically when the market proves to you that we're in a higher momentum move, one that has some quality to the trend, then we'll get in and work that real quick with very nice automation. And that I'm going to do in the Quantower platform. So anyhow, there you have it. Just wanted to give you a little update on what I'm working on, what's coming down the pipe. I've been super, super busy on programming projects. I'm really loving the Quantower platform. And we're looking to translate our current systems in NT8 to add Quantower to the mix. So if you have any questions at any time, info@gridalgo.com, or go to the website, gridalgo.com. And great talking to you. You guys have a great trade day, and I'll put out some more updates later this week.